Aloha friends, welcome to my channel. We're gonna see if Spirit lets me get all the way through these messages before cutting out like last week. If not, we will change locations and finish it up. Anyhow, I am coming through with the energy of this coming week, the next several days. And there's so much excitement. So you may be feeling some anxiety. Anxiety and excitement are actually the same emotion in different vibrations. So it feels the same. It feels like your heart may be beating faster, or you feel ungrounded, or not able to fully catch your breath. It is, if you are feeling anxiety, just know that it is also excitement. So calm yourself, ground yourself, take some slow, deep breaths, do the stoplight meditation that I mentioned a while back, where you just take a moment throughout your day, bring it down to a red light, close down your eyes, take a few deep breaths, be present in where you are, and really ground yourself into this abundant flowing energy that is coming through right now. It is, the energy is vibrant. It's, as I said, it's flowing, it's moving, it's progressing, it's radiating. There's such a unique shift in this energy that's happening right now. So ride with it. There may be times where it feels like a lot, and that's because Spirit is saying you're not fully grounded. You're not being in the present. Remember to breathe. It sounds so silly, remember to breathe, but I know that plenty of times on my healing journey, there's been times, actually even now when I do my neurographics, I will hold my breath as I'm doing it, or I will hold my breath as I'm, working on creating our new website or whatever it is I'm doing. And so just remind yourself to breathe, bring that life force into your body. And then I want to mention something. They're bringing this up. I had a new client this past week, and the energy that came through for them. Can you bring that back, Spirit? There's so much going on right here, right now. Yes, the energy that came through. If you are struggling connecting to a higher power, know that that higher power right now doesn't have to be source, God, creator. If you're having a hard time with that, maybe you've been growing through some things and you just feel like, I know, like, examples, for through my life, I've had plenty of moments where I'm like, ugh, if there is a creator, why would they let this happen? Or, like I had a hard time understanding things. So if you're having trouble connecting in that way, pull back, right? Think about inner child healing. When we heal our inner child, what we're actually doing is ourselves in the present, are going back and giving love and guidance and support to that little version of us, right? Time does not exist in a linear form. So whatever has happened, whatever will happen, it is all happening right now. So when we go back and I learned this from the holistic psychologist, when we take a picture of ourselves at a certain age, maybe 6 or 7, when we're the most impressionable, and we put that picture in front of us daily, maybe on like a daily board that you have, or your refrigerator, or a mirror, and you talk to that little version of yourself and you say, I hear you, I love you, you are important, you are courageous, you are strong, you are vibrant, you are unique. All of the loving affirmations that you want to put into that little, you are your, in for them in that moment, they are getting a confirmation from their higher self, you right now, that everything is going to be okay, that they're going to make it through, that they're going to persevere, that they are going to get through all of the challenges and waves that life brings them. So if you have a time that you remember where maybe you were getting picked on at school, or you had trouble with siblings or caretakers, go back to that moment and give that little some love. Let them know that you care for them and you love them and you hear them and you see them, and that they can trust in you to take care of their best and highest good. Now, with that being said, that is exactly what we're doing when we tap into our highest self. So, if you're struggling connecting to a creator, a source, a god, a goddess, if you're struggling connecting to these things, then you can connect to your higher self. You can connect to the best version of you. Imagine the best, most abundant, happiest, blissed out version of yourself and connect to that energy. Let them guide you now like you're guiding your inner child, right? Because everything is happening all at once. So I thought that was a really beautiful thing that came through, and a little reminder for those of us who have done this kind of work to tap back into it. And also they're telling me to visualize yourself in that highest vibration. Visualize if everything was fantastic in your life and you had everything you wanted and life was grand and exciting and just overall fantastic. What would that be like? Where would you be? Who would you be with? What things would you have? What would you be doing for the world? How would you be helping others? Tap into that energy. Tap into what you want. What exactly is it that you want? And nothing is too outrageous. Nothing is off limits. The sky is not the limit. The sky is not the limit. The sky is not the limit. They keep wanting me to say that because we've been told that there's a limit to things. We've been told that there's only so much. And that's just not true, right? We live in this realm of abundance, and we've been programmed to believe that things are scarce, or that we cannot come by things the way that we were born to, right? We were actually born into abundance, into this energy of Mother Earth created everything that we could possibly need while we are here in this realm, and we are being held by that. So tap into what it is you want exactly. Don't leave anything out. Don't think that you're being too much, and free yourself from what others would want for you, or what you think others would want for you. A lot of it is in our thoughts, right? A lot of it is getting out of your head, being able to get into your heart space, fully drop into that heart space and feel exactly what it is that you want. And then things will be ready to shift. So the energy of, again, the energy of the next several days, it feels forward moving. It feels fun. It feels playful. It feels exciting. It feels spontaneous. Say yes. Continue to say yes. Some of you have already started to say yes, and it feels really good. You're starting to see the alignment and how when you say yes, your higher self has your best interest in mind and is going to align things for you. It's getting out of that energy of instant gratification, of having to have things right now, and allowing yourself to slow down, to be patient, to understand that everything is aligning exactly how it needs to be. So you can take a break. You can back off. You can tap out. Stop trying to overthink, or stop trying to create what comes next, or even tap into what you need to do to block out or shift or do whatever. Have fun. Have fun. Say yes. That is the energy
that is coming in for the next several weeks. I'm hearing it's not just right now. And y'all, I can tell you from personal experience that last week when this energy came in, I started to say yes and I was nervous. And I had told you all about something, like I've had some opportunities come up and I wanted to check them out and see how they went. And I'll tell you, like, one of the opportunities, I was so nervous all day long. And when I got to the event, it was amazing. It was incredible. It was way better than I could have ever expected. It's brought in more opportunities since. Spirit is seeing that I am ready. I'm ready to be seen. So for those of you that are listening and not watching the beautiful view, the view has changed and I am actually finally showing my face. And it feels really good. It feels good. I understand that the vibrancy I put out is the vibrancy that I'm going to get back. And they're wanting me to share that with you so that you can understand that as well. So that you can tap in. You can know on those days where you're feeling maybe a little off and not in your best vibration, it's probably not a good idea to be around a lot of people on those days if you don't have to be, right? And on the days where you're feeling vibrant and energetic and in a really good frequency, get out there and share that energy with other people. Be in public places. Hold a door for somebody. Say aloha to somebody. Shift their vibration. You have the power to shift the energy of the space that you're in. I just saw 444 as I was saying that. So share your vibrancy with the world. A lot of us light workers have been being told for a long time that we are here to just be who we are. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to we don't have to have like a practice. If we enjoy something, awesome. Like we can totally do that. But we don't need anything. We just need to be us in our vibration. And that is enough to go out and share our light and raise the collective consciousness. And I just got off of a call with a client and we were talking about the collective consciousness and how much it is shifting. And my client brought up, the chemtrails and how it's hard to look in the sky and see that there's these planes that are covering the skies in these chemicals and that where it's blocking out the sun and we don't get to see the beautiful blue skies as often anymore. And what came through in the session, and it was a good reminder for self, is that it's a vibration. It's a vibration. So the more we continue to raise our vibration and get out of those lower level frequencies, the less we're going to be able to see those things that are not in alignment with our higher path, with our higher purpose, with where we're going, right? So it reminds me of a couple years ago, we were in Sedona and we saw these 5G towers, and the towers, I remember like walking on this trail and seeing the tower and thinking like the galactic energy that's here in Sedona is probably laughing at those little 5G towers that are down there, because it hasn't, like, it's, the potency of it is so minute compared to the massive amount of beautiful galactic energy that run frequently through that space. So it's the same thing here, y'all. Whatever vibration you're in, you're going to attract more of it. We are shifting completely out of duality and into polarity. What you put out, you get back. So if you are putting negative vibrations out, if you are judging people, if you are not in the highest vibration and you're out there sharing that with people, you are absolutely going to get that back. And if you're out there and you're in joy and you're in happiness and you're kind and in peace and in play, those are the things that are going to come back to you. So what you put out, you will get in return. And it's happening a lot faster. So before, it was what you put out, you might get in return in a few years. Karmically, it would come back to you, right? No, things are changing. Timelines are shifting very quickly. And what you put out is coming back to you just as quickly. Also, they want me to bring up the astral space. There is a lot of clearing that is going on in the astral right now. So you may be having some really odd random dreams. They're telling me like you may have timeline dreams where something happened. Let's say you lived in a certain place when you were young, and then you moved and you never saw those people again, and now you're married and have children, and in your dream your children are associating with the people from that space that you lived at when you were really young. And so it's like a merging of timelines. And they just said everything is, don't try to make sense of it. We don't need to make sense of it anymore. We just need to let it clear. We don't even need to remember your dreams unless you just enjoy it and it's something you do. But to tap in, to heal, to move forward, we don't have to remember. We don't have to process through it. We can just let it be and let it move through us. Let it shift the energy for us. With that being said, do make sure that you are resting, that you are allowing your body to rest, that if you feel like you need to reach for that extra cup of coffee or an energy drink, that you're checking yourself first and saying, do I actually need this, or can I allow myself to rest? That's huge. Can I allow myself to rest? It's 2:00 in the afternoon, and normally I would be busy doing something, and right now I don't have anything to do and I'm feeling tired, but it'd be nice to have a coffee, and then maybe I can create something for myself to do, or I can clean something or do something. And Spirit's like, no, just stop. You don't need that extra cup of coffee. You don't need that energy drink. You don't need all of those vices. You need to just tap out, go rest, take a little mini rest, take a nap, do maybe some NSDR, some non-sleep deep rest, yoga nidra, lots of stuff that you can tap into actually, and breathe. Oh my goodness. I had a variety of clients that came through recently, and so many of them are not breathing, not fully breathing. So this is a reminder to you. Are you holding your breath? Are there times throughout your day where you catch yourself holding your breath? I remember like when I was working with a lot of numbers, I would be processing and almost like accounting. And I was doing this accounting, and as I was focused on something, I would hold my breath. Well, breath is life force energy. So make sure that you are breathing, even if you have to stop and remind yourself. I know people that will put it on a timer, and the timer will go off and it'll say breathe deep, right? Take a few, like tap out, do that stoplight meditation, take a few deep breaths, relax your shoulders. I've seen that too on social media. Like you scrolling and you come across a meme that says, relax your shoulders, unclench your jaw, put a smile on your face, like shift that energy, y'all. We have the power. So play with it. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are having the best day ever, every day. And thank you, Spirit. They're reminding me there were times where I wasn't having the best day, where something would shift me and it would throw me off, and I would start to have a bad day. And before, I used to spiral out in that energy. And let's say someone cut me off in traffic, and it would make me so mad, and I would be in such a bad mood by the time I got to work. And then at work, it's like everything spiraled, and I had a horrible day, and I just wanted to go home and tap out and drink and go to sleep. Like that was my day. And then I shifted my perspective, and that car that cut me off, after it happened, I would ask myself, like, am I safe? Is my car safe? Is everyone, like, did anyone else get hurt? No, nobody got hurt. Okay, I can let it go. Whatever. Maybe they had somewhere they needed to be. Maybe they are rushing to a hospital to see a loved one that's not well. Whatever it was, I shifted my perspective around it, and then my day would change. And then my husband came in and he helped me with something else. I would have these moments where I just would feel a lot of emotion. I did a lot of ancestry clearing, and I would feel emotions coming through my lineage that was clearing for the lineage as I was working through it. And sometimes they were really random. I wouldn't even be working on it, and I would just get this burst of anger that would come through. And then it would turn into sadness, and then I would want to just mope and do nothing. And I would tell my husband, like, oh, I'm having such a bad day today. Today sucks. And he would remind me, he would always tell me this, you're having a bad day or you're having a bad right now. Like this moment might feel bad. This very moment, you might be sad, you might be angry, you might be frustrated, whatever it is. And it doesn't need to go into the rest of your day. You can let that go. And that for me was like a light switch went off, and it was like, oh yeah, duh. So now I'm very conscious. If I'm feeling something, I sometimes still will say like, I'm having a bad day, and then I'll be like, oof, cancel, clear that, cancel that, wipe that out. I'm having a bad moment, or I'm feeling through some emotions, some heavy emotions at the moment. But I'm going to get through this, and the rest of my day is going to be fantastic. So, okay, so play with those energies, have fun, get out there, enjoy yourself, say yes. And I think that's it. Spirit, anything else that we have before we wrap this up? No. Be you authentically. It is okay. It's more than okay. It's your birthright to be in your authenticity. And when you are in your authenticity, that's when your birthright magnifies and that abundance comes in, and you are guided exactly where you need to be. All right. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful next several days, and I look forward to connecting with you all next week. All right. Adios.